The Conjuring House situation gets weirder and weirder by the day, as we have got a brand new news article. The Conjuring House owner under scrutiny by more former employees. And you're probably thinking, wow, you know, Brian's gone public with this information. You know, like, he's gone public because obviously he's owed pay, he's owed situation stuff, you know, he was unlawfully sacked and, you know, all of this stuff. And the controversy deepens. So who has come forward this time, I hear you say? Well, it might come as a surprise to some of you, and to most of you, it probably won't, but here it is.
Now, new details in a Target 12 investigators exclusive that grabbed national attention. Conjuring House controversy.
Wait for it.
A couple says they lost.
There they are! Cody and Satori have now come forward to speak out very publicly, or more publicly than they have been, basically going on the national news, maybe like, you know, more local news perhaps. I'm not 100% sure, but they've gone very public about the situation. I'm intrigued to hear what they've got to say from their own words, because obviously they were part of the controversy no more than maybe, you know, almost 8-9 months ago when the whole Sam and Colby situation came around, and they are still part of the controversy. Yet they've gone very public about the situation, so let's see what they've got to say.
Lost thousands of dollars worth of belongings in a barn fire on the Conjuring property and have been waiting more months to be made whole again. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Shannon Heggie.
I'm Mike Montecalvo. Last week we broke the story about a former employee who says he was fired after the owner claims a spirit spoke to her.
Now, the spirit being John Arnold, who died in the 1800s. If you don't know about that situation, I've made videos about it already. Go and check that out. It's honestly worrying at this point, like massively worrying about this person, like, you know, Jacqueline Nunez's mental state, because I just don't know. I'm going to make a video tomorrow about her crazy Facebook rants, because the whole situation over there has got batshit crazy as well. And you know, the whole thing is just blowing out of proportion.
Target 12 investigator Sarah Grinelli is here now with the details. Sarah?
The barn fire at the Conjuring House broke out in December. A couple tells me the owner said that she would reimburse them with insurance money for the items that they lost, but that never happened.
Oh! I mean, we knew about the barn fire. I remember that happening back in December. It was, you know, disappointing that there was a fire at the Conjuring House. That was another thing that Jacqueline Nunez actually threw back at Cody and Satori, was it was actually their fault about the barn fire, and almost blamed them for starting it at one point, which, I mean, they obviously hit back with and was like, nope, you can't prove that, that's not fair to say. But, you know, again, the controversy around these two is just, this is like a controversy, hypocritical warfare right now. It's crazy.
On more than 8 acres of sprawling land in Burrville sits the historic Conjuring House and a charred barn.
It's not this evil, dark place that some people have made it out to seem. It is a beautiful, haunted property.
The home was made...
I mean, the selling point, she's just completely destroyed the USP there of the Conjuring House. The USP was the Conjuring movie, which of course was the first one in the entire franchise, where Ed and Lorraine Warren went over, and I can't remember the family that lived there, the Perez family, I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. And, you know, it was how, like, the kids and the family were experiencing this demonic entity. You use that. Literally, that is the USP of that house. You use that to get bookings, and now she said it's not this dark and horrible place. It's actually a beautiful haunted location. Completely destroying the USP of the house. RIP.
Made famous by a horror movie in 2013. In December, a fire tore through the barn on the property.
We got a call around midnight, I want to say, that the barn was on fire, and immediately we rushed down there, and it definitely was on fire.
The owner, Jacqueline Nunez, tells Target 12 she spent $450,000 to renovate the historic barn, with hopes of opening up a museum on the property. Then employees Satori Hawes and Cody Desbian say they put items in there to help fill the museum with what they call haunted artifacts, but lost most of it in the fire.
We had everything from velvet curtains in there to sound equipment, you know, like speakers and stuff for music to play in there. We had furniture, all sorts of stuff.
They say Nunez promised to refund them for their losses.
So is that So they're not like it's actually like technological stuff that they lost, not historical items. Am I right in thinking that? I think I'm right.
Using insurance money.
I have text messages proving that, and then a few months later I asked for an update, and she says, oh, I need you to send me the list again, which I did.
Here's one of those texts from...
Here we go. So velvet rope dividers, 2 sets, $391. What are these? Are they like premium luxury curtains? Bro, I am not paying that much for a set of curtains. Insanity. Black window curtains, $139. A speaker. How is a speaker cheaper than your curtains? Bro, you've got your wrong priorities. Like, damn. What are you playing? Also, a speaker worth $23.36. What are you playing them through? A Pringles tube. Large antique wooden bar, unknown price, will need restoration. Drill and battery, and then goes off to list it, unknown price. Skill saw, jigsaw, a Ryobi nail gun. So basically it's all the things that they must have used to renovate the barn. What's this say? You'll need to put this into a Word document and hang onto it until you're going to need to get pricing for these other items. So do that and hang on to it, and I'll get it from you when the insurance adjuster asks for it. Okay, will do.
Need to get pricing for these other items, so do that and hang on to it, and I'll get it from you when the insurance adjuster asks for it.
In the back of our minds, there was part of us that knew that we weren't going to get that money.
In a statement to Target 12, the owner, Nunez, says the insurance money did not cover the losses of the item and blames the former employees for the fire, writing in an email, "They, not me, hired a painting hobbyist who failed to read the instructions for how to dispose of soiled, highly combustible rags properly."
Oh my god, the classic narc is back. It's their fault, not mine. I never take responsibility. There is no accountability whatsoever from Jacqueline Nunez. If there's anything that we've learned from her series of highly or radical and insane Facebook posts and blaming Jason Hawes for an assassination attempt, yes, that truly happened, we'll know that Jacqueline Nunez cannot take accountability for shit, right? She can't pay her employees because she was hacked. She fired people because John Arnold told her to. There's no accountability for her firing them. John Arnold fired him, technically. Brian, that is. Cody and Satori, it was their fault for the barn fire, therefore she can't pay them. Basically, and it's a really trendy topic right now for people in the comments to say that actually, we don't think Jacqueline Nunez has got as much money as believed. Because she can't pay staff, she can't maintain the grounds right now. We've seen that from her Facebook posts. It's overgrown. Massively. She's saying she's doing it for the wildlife, for the crickets, for the whatever. But people are like, well, you just can't afford to pay for someone to come and landscape it. She can't afford to pay back Cody and Satori for losses. Like, she can't afford to pay Brian for his losses and instead blames, trying to get money off of them by saying that he owes them $3,000 for stolen cash that she can't prove, by the way. Insane stuff.
Adding she should be suing them for recklessness and negligence.
Wow.
The stress of all this has been...
Look at it. Look, more like trying to get money off of them instead of dishing out the money. In this situation, yes, Cody and Satori have got a very controversial kind of stake in all of this, but you can't use that against them in this situation. You got to push that to the wayside because this is nothing to do with that. This is actual personal belongings getting burnt down in a house, in a barn fire that they were promised to get the money back for and get reimbursed for, yet haven't seen a penny of it. And instead, she's blaming them for the barn fire and saying that she should in fact be getting money off of them. Wow.
Been keeping me up at night.
Last week, Target 12 revealed former employee Brian Dancero says he was fired after the owner says the spirit of the house's 19th century owner spoke to her.
John Arnold told me, you've been stealing money out of the cash box for the past 2 months. And I literally stopped and I actually corrected him, like, John Arnold, one of the original owners who died in 1839, and she said yes, and I want you to pay it back.
He has since filed a claim with the Department of Labor and Training, who are investigating wages that he says he's owed.
Apparently he's owed her now, yeah, it says there, $9,000.
Totaling $9,000. The couple says they were shocked when they heard the accusations.
I don't think John Arnold is telling the owner inside of her head that Brian stole money. I don't think any of the accusations of stealing due to spirits telling her this are true in any way.
But Nunez says she's a medium and that a spirit told her Dancero was stealing. As for her claims about the fire, the couple tell me they never hired anyone to work there.
Wow.
With the Target 12 investigators, Sarah Granelli, 12 News.
How on earth does Jacqueline Nunez expect this to go? Right, in her mind, how does this play out? So, she wants money off of Brian. She wants $3,000 off of Brian. Goes to court. You know, says, you owe me this money, because he's obviously not going to pay it up willingly. First of all, he's stating that he hasn't got that money. He had to set up a GoFundMe just to survive. So he's not got that money. So when he says no, she's going to go, right, I'll take you to court then. Goes to court. All right, Miss Nunez, where is the proof that Brian Dancero stole $3,000 from you? Well, Mr. Judge, let me tell you, I don't actually have physical evidence, but I've got one better. Judge is like, really? You've got one better? Yes, I do have one better. Mr. Arnold, take the stage. Everyone looks for Mr. Arnold. Where is Mr. Arnold? Oh, don't worry, you can't see him. He's a ghost. He told me about this. He witnessed it. He witnessed it. Can Mr. Arnold make a statement? No, because he's dead. When did he die? 1839. Okay, let's get on. Ms. Nunez, let's move forward to... so you're not going to get any money off of Brian. Let's move forward to you blaming Cody and Satori for the barn fire and them owing you money instead. Let's get onto that litigation case. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so you're stating that they employed people. Have you got proof of this? No. Mr. Arnold. John Arnold, tell me. They're psychically attacking me. I know I take the mick, and I shouldn't. This person's clearly very unwell. But, come on, man. This is so transparent. It is so transparent that this person, Jacqueline Nunez, is clearly strapped for cash in this business. It's going down the pan, right? Boycott the Conjuring house is everywhere right now. You can't go anywhere. Her comment section are flooded with negativity. She blames that on bots. Her Facebook page is flooded with negativity. People aren't going to the house. She hasn't got employees to let people in or run the company. It's going to crap. And ultimately, the saddest part of all of this is, of course, the victims being the ex-employees who are being falsely blamed. But also, the fact that this historical site, which has the potential to be one of the greatest... I'm going to use the term haunted attraction in the world, is going down the Swanee. Insane. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump to get the hell out of that like button if you have not already. Subscribe if you're new to come along so you get notified whenever we upload to the channel. And until next time, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. Cannot wait to see the next one, and I'll speak to you later. Peace.